The online supermarket Ocado hasn't had the best first day to its tie-up with Marks & Spencer. Until today, Ocado has worked with Waitrose, but a surge in demand with a new arrangement has seen some orders cancelled. Well, the consumer and retail expert Kate Hardcastle had an order in. Yours didn't even go to plan, Kate. There's no hope for any of us. What happened?
Well, mine hasn't arrived yet. The idea behind this, obviously, is because I'm talking about big changes in retail all of the time. This was a critical day. Marks and Spencer's have been very slow to actually create online grocery delivery, and they've eventually partnered with Ocado in this multi-million pound, actually £1.5 billion deal. It's huge. And everyone's got high anticipation for today. So I thought, well, I better book my slot. I need to go through it just as the customers would be going through it. And all I can tell you so far is I've had a couple of items that they've not got, and I'm not getting them. We don't know if it's going to arrive or not. I've normally had confirmation by now, but nothing's come through.
Right. Does that surprise you? Because the online retailers, the supermarkets particularly, seem to adapt so well back in March and April when pretty much everybody seemed to want an online delivery. I know this is a big deal, but compared to what happened then, this looks a bit small fry in terms of the logistics of it.
I think there was going to be teething troubles today, and I think there's been high anticipation for what was going to have to happen at the end of the Waitrose and Ocado partnership. Those two brands have been together for nearly 2 decades. They really were one of the big changes in the online retail grocery movement, because Ocado don't have the same baggage as a lot of other grocery stores when it comes to online deliveries. Big supermarkets are having to pick and pack your order normally from a live supermarket, which means they can only access so much of the product without getting in the customer's way. They have a logistical nightmare. And you might know, actually, that online grocery still got a long way to go before it becomes quite profitable for a lot of these big brands. Ocado set up from a standing start, no stores. They were all about automation and creating something where online grocery was their only focus. They partnered with Waitrose for 2 decades and delivered a good service overall for a lot of people. So a lot of people have been quite sad about the change, that they're not going to be getting Waitrose products through Ocado anymore. It's going to be Marks and Spencer's products as well as the own brand.
And look, you say teething problems. I guess that was inevitable. Is there also an element, because lots of people have had their orders today, also an element that because it's such a big deal in terms of the finances, because the brands are now so big too, that you and I and perhaps a lot of people in the media were really looking out to see if anything went wrong? Or was that a bit unfair?
Well, I tried to be really positive about this and say, look, it's been a long time coming, but they've got there. And actually, what an amazing year in terms of the change. And I mean amazing in the astounding way, because when you look at grocery and online shopping, it's been about 7% of the total market share up until this year. It's doubled in size. So if there was a year to do it, this was the year to do it. Obviously, no one could predict what was going to happen and this changing way that we do our online grocery shopping, but it's happened nonetheless. And I thought the sun might be shining a little bit on the CEO and chair of Marks and Spencer's, who really had some quite challenging business decisions to make of late. So I had good hope, I had positivity, but it's not the PR that you want for your first day.
Yeah, and look, we'll see what happens in the weeks and the months to come. This deal, of course, was struck well before the coronavirus crisis hit. Is it in itself an intrinsic risk to go from Waitrose to Marks & Spencer, to abandon that long-standing partnership and go in with somebody completely different if your customers have got used to the service that you've offered for so many years?
There's risk all round. I mean, there's risk from Marks and Spencer's because they know all the grocery brands are going to be hugely competitive to try and win customers back. They know that they have got Waitrose.com now, who's actually set up its own online delivery service, and they've been doing some great offers and they've been price matching and they've been trying to be very competitive. So it's not the place that businesses make a lot of money, and it's not the place they're going to make a lot of money anytime soon because of the huge investment still required. So we're all watching with interest as consumers just demand this product from the grocery chains. And then we haven't even mentioned Amazon Fresh. Amazon, we know, all about online, all about automation, and they've got definitely some movement in the grocery market over the next couple of years. So they're going to have the work cut out. Whoever wins the race, they're going to have the work cut out doing so.
Oh, look, I've got to ask. I've been umming and ahhing about whether to do it. Because Ocado has a certain reputation, what can't they deliver? I've got sort of foie gras and portobello mushrooms in my head, perhaps. What were they not able to bring to you?
A cake.
Oh, no, you're joking.
No, I'm not. A birthday cake, which is quite important, actually. No, I'm not posh, as you can probably tell. And it's not normally my supermarket of choice, but I did actually do this for the experiment. And I think there's some cheese as well that's not getting. But I don't even know if I'm going to get fed this week. I might be ringing you up asking you to send emergency supplies. This is a big experiment for our household.
You know what, me cooking for you, I can tell you that, Kate. You've got enough problems. They're great to speak to you. Thank you very much. And happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is too.
Thank you.
That's Kate Hardcastle. Still waiting for that delivery, I'm sure.